Once upon a time, in the moonlit forest glade, there was a little bird who got lost. The poor thing couldn't find its way home and started to feel scared. But then, from behind a bush, came a friendly voice. "Are you lost, little one?" asked the fox. The bird nodded, trembling with fear. The kind-hearted fox decided to help the lost bird find its way back home. Together, they flew over hills and valleys, through dense forests and sparkling streams, until at last they saw the little bird's nest tucked away in a cozy corner. The grateful bird thanked the fox profusely, and as it settled down in its nest, it realized that even a small act of kindness could go a long way. As the moon slowly disappeared behind the trees, leaving only a faint glow in the sky, the little bird fell asleep with a warm feeling inside. And so ended the story of the lost bird and its newfound friend, the kind-hearted fox. Good night, dear child. Sleep tight, and remember that even the smallest acts of kindness can make a big difference in someone's life. As the little bird snuggled into its nest, it couldn't help but feel grateful for the kind-hearted fox. It knew that not every animal in the forest would have stopped to help a stranger, especially one as small and vulnerable as it was. But the fox had done just that. It had flown with the bird over hills and valleys, through dense forests and sparkling streams, until they finally saw the nest tucked away in its cozy corner. The bird couldn't thank the fox enough for its kindness. As morning broke, the little bird woke up to a new day, feeling refreshed and ready to face whatever challenges came its way. It knew that it had made a friend for life, someone who would always be there to lend a helping hand. And so, the bird spread its wings and flew back to the forest glade, where it saw the fox waiting for it. The two friends greeted each other with joy, their hearts filled with gratitude and friendship. They spent the day exploring the forest together, sharing stories and laughing at their adventures from the night before. As the sun started to set, the little bird and its new friend sat down under a shady tree, watching as the stars began to twinkle in the sky. "Good night, dear friend," said the fox softly. "Thank you for showing me that even the smallest acts of kindness can make a big difference." And with that, the little bird flew back to its nest, knowing that it had found a true friend in the kind-hearted fox. As the little bird and its new friend, the kind-hearted fox, spent more time together, they discovered that they had a lot in common. They both loved exploring the forest, playing hide-and-seek among the trees, and sharing delicious berries and nuts they found along the way. One day, while they were wandering through the forest, they came across a group of lost children who looked scared and confused. Without hesitation, the fox and the bird decided to help them find their way back home. Together, they flew over hills and valleys, searching for any familiar landmarks or signs that might lead them in the right direction. After hours of searching, they finally found the children's homes tucked away in a cozy little village. The grateful children hugged their new friends, promising to never wander off again without telling their parents where they were going. As the sun started to set, the fox and the bird said goodbye to the children and continued on their journey through the forest. They knew that even though they had helped just one group of lost children, their kindness had spread like ripples in a pond, touching the lives of many others along the way. And so, the little bird and its new friend flew back to the forest glade, where they sat down under a shady tree, watching as the stars began to twinkle in the sky. "Good night, dear friend," said the fox softly. "Thank you for showing me that even the smallest acts of kindness can make a big difference." And with that, the little bird flew back to its nest, knowing that it had found not just a friend, but a true companion in life, someone who would always be there to lend a helping hand. As the little bird and its new friend, the kind-hearted fox, continued their adventures in the forest, they discovered many more lost animals who needed their help. They helped a rabbit find his burrow after he got turned around in the tall grass, a deer find her way back to the herd after she wandered off alone, and even a small family of field mice find their way home after they were separated during a sudden storm. With each act of kindness, the little bird and the fox felt a warm glow in their hearts, knowing that they had made a difference in someone's life. They learned that sometimes all it takes is a small gesture to show someone they care. One day, while they were exploring a particularly dense part of the forest, they came across an old tree stump that looked like it had been carved into shapes. Curious, they approached it and discovered that each shape represented an act of kindness, from sharing food to lending a helping hand. Inspired by this, they decided to create their own tree stump, adding their own unique shapes to represent the acts of kindness they had done for others. They spent hours carving out hearts and flowers, paws and wings, each one symbolizing a different act of kindness they had performed together. As the sun started to set, the little bird and the fox sat down under the old tree stump, watching as the stars began to twinkle in the sky. "Good night, dear friend," said the fox softly. "Thank you for showing me that even the smallest acts of kindness can make a big difference." And with that, the little bird flew back to its nest, knowing that it had found not just a friend, but a true companion in life, someone who would always be there to lend a helping hand.